Welcome back to OU Nightly. Wow, it is a beautiful day out there. There's not a cloud in the sky. It's currently 84 degrees in Norman. We have a light wind coming from the north, and those winds will change by tomorrow. We'll have some southerly winds coming up from Texas, keeping us warm for a while. Now, it is still warm right now, even with these northerly winds. We're in the mid-80s across the OKC metro, and those winds are staying light. However, western Oklahoma might see some gustier winds as a surface high pressure system starts moving into the area. Now, the next 6 to 10 day period, we are going to be above average in terms of our temperature outlook, and the same for our precipitation outlook. We're going to be below average, so the opposite of what we just talked about. That means more dry weather is coming up for our region. Oklahoma and Texas will be seeing more dry days, and it's actually been about 24 days in Norman since we've seen about 1/4 of an inch of rain. So it is really dry out there. 29 days down in Idabel, 28 up there in Guyman. We need rain desperately here in Oklahoma. And the deficit has fallen even further this week. It is over 8 inches of rain that we are missing out on here in Oklahoma for annually. Now, it has been a doozy out there for allergies. Elm, cedar, and ragweed pollen are all really high right now, and that will stay that way tomorrow. It might even get higher as we have tree pollen really moving in, so you'll better want to get those tissues ready. Tracking out your temperatures for the next week, we are going to be more close to average around this time of year, but we will still be a bit above average for this time. We still have some 90s sticking around across the state. Looking at our highs tomorrow across the state, we will have some 90s out in western Oklahoma. Although central and eastern Oklahoma should stay below 90, will be in the 80s. We might just breach it in some areas in central Oklahoma. Walking out the door tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., it'll be about 57 degrees. You'll want to have a light jacket on hand, but you'll shed that by the time lunchtime comes around. It'll be about 80 degrees, and we'll work our way up to the end of the workday. It'll be a toasty one in the 80s, but it is still cooler than it was last week. Now, taking a final look at the 7-day forecast, we do have rain on the forecast on Monday, so some positive news is on the rise. Back to you guys at the desk.